Alright, g'day guys, welcome back. A little bit different, something I usually don't do, but I was requested quite a bit on my recent Flatty video. How do you rig your soft plastic setup? And I'm like, why don't I do a video about it? Because I probably had over 5 people message me separate, so I thought, yeah, what a better way to do a sort of a setup video for you guys, sort of the rig I do. So yeah, basically we want it to turn out like this. Yeah, so that is a Z-Man. I believe this is the 6-inch Minnow. Yeah, I haven't really been using this one in particular, but it's rigged up, ready to go. But that's sort of the setup there we're looking at. So we've got the 2 beads, the Lumo beads, the Pryml ones, with a split ring, swivel split ring treble, and the treble sort of just tucks in on the plastic there. You can sort of just pierce the plastic and tuck it in, and then on a 1/4 ounce 6/0 Jighead. So yeah, I'll show you how to get it to that point. I don't really have any Lumo beads. I've got a couple that are sort of mangled because they're very hard to get off the Jighead once they're on there. Once you put them on, you can't get them off. So that's why I use it, and it's really effective. Had no issues with it. So yeah, I'll run you through that. Yeah, the gear that I use, the tackle that I use for it, and yeah. So let's get into it. So basically, I'll just show you the packets. Pretty much to start off with, I'll grab me BKK Swivels. These are the size 3, and yeah, there's a 9 in this pack. They're rated to 88 pound, which is obviously super strong, but we want it to be strong. We don't want any failure in this setup, especially when you're chasing those big girls in the racks and you've got lock drag. You don't want to give them a sniff. Trust me, I've learnt my lesson. So lock drag and good gear. So BKK do excellent terminal tackle. I can't rate it highly enough. It's pretty much all the terminal tackle I'll use these days, including hooks. So get onto the BKK range, you won't be disappointed. So anyway, that's the swivel. These are the trebles I use. So they're the BKK Fangs. Now these ones are a size 2. I've just found the size 2 is just a sweet spot, with the size of the plastic. So it sits well on the split rings. These are the split rings. These are the BKK split rings. Now they're rated to 23 kilos, 51 pounds. So again, we want it to be strong. I find the 3s suit the swivels and the treble. They just sort of match nicely, so that's the reason behind the 3s. You could go the 2s if you're worried about them slipping off the bead, but I've had no issues with the 3s. I'll show you what I do with the beads too. I put them through sideways, so they're a lot wider profile, so the split rings don't fall off. So anyway, I'll quickly rig it up and I'll sort of show you step by step as I'm going. So bear with me. I'll get all this out, and I'll sort of show you along the way, I guess. So yeah, let's go. Alright, so I'll show you the first step. Essentially that is 2 split rings, bottom and top. So that's pretty much the first step you can do. And then what I'll do, I'll get out the Jighead. So I use a 1/4 ounce and a 6/0, again BKK. So I'll get a Jighead out. Strong as can be too, these ones. These are the inshore ×2 rated strength. To begin with, you'll grab your plastic. This is the BaitJunkie 6.2 inch Minnow. That's what I've been sort of getting the Flathead on recently lately. So what I'll do it like I would usually. So I put the Jighead through. Right. Poke it through like so. And then what I'll do is I'll spin the Jighead around. You want it upside down to do this, so you know what you're doing. So put it upside down, so just twist it while it's in the plastic. You can just do it like this to begin with. I just naturally do it from, I don't know, tying Jigheads on plastics all the time like that. So you can just put it on like that to begin with, upside down. Then what I'll do, I've got some Lumo beads here. I don't have the packet with me, unfortunately, so I don't have any new ones, but I'll probably get the millimeter size for you. I'll put it in down below here for you. They're just green Lumo beads from BCF. They're just the Pryml ones. So what I'll do, instead of putting it through the hole, I'll flip it so it's on its side, and when you pierce this through, just keep in mind you will not be able to take these off unless you cut them, like with snips or pliers. They're really hard to get off, like because of the barb, it gets caught on the barb. So put one on. So I go one first, and then I go this setup. So what I'll do, I'll get the Fang trebles out. So yeah, I probably should have explained this first. So you can go the treble on the split ring first before you rig the plastic. Doesn't really matter, it's getting done the same anyway at the end of the day. So I'll put the split ring with the hook. It will look like that. So at this stage we've got split ring, swivel, split ring, treble. Alright, so basically now we'll get the top split ring and we'll pop it over the hook. So go over the hook, right? And then we want to get the next bead. Right, so I don't have another bead, but pretend I do. Just goes over it basically. Now you want to twist the hook back around, like through the guts of it, like you would usually rig a jig head on a plastic. Come up roughly where, you know, it lined up to be. So you can line it up first if you like. That's what that you can make a hole first, just so you know like roughly where, you know, you poke it through. So there you go. That's straight like that. Make sure it's straight. It's pretty critical so it swims properly. Otherwise, if it's crooked any way, it's just gonna go sideways or not track straight. There you go. So it should look like that once it's done. Then you want to drag the split ring along the treble as far as you can without it sort of poking up too high. And then what I'd like to do is I just tuck the treble into the body of the BaitJunkie. I just give it a bit of a pierce. Just one of the trebles, one of the hook trebles. And then yeah, it sits snuggle like that. That way, you know, it's not grabbing too much weed on the bottom, because when you're fishing for flathead, you will find the weedy, sandy patches are better to fish for them. It should look like that. And yeah, that's how we rig them for yeah, fishing mainly for Foster. That's where we do mainly all our fishing for big flathead. So yeah, I usually like to go a quarter. I think a quarter gets me out of most situations. You would think it's pretty heavy, a quarter, but when it's rigged like that, it actually sinks slower. So trust me on that, it does sink slower. I always thought a 1/8 would be the best, but it most certainly isn't. A quarter, when I'm fishing like 1.5 meters, it takes about 3 to 4 seconds to hit the bottom. So that just gives you a rough idea. You don't want it plumbing to the bottom, because then you know it's you know, going to pick up too much weed. So I find a quarter's the sweet spot, and the 6/0 is pretty good. You can go a 7/0. I know TT do a 7 and 8/0. 8/0 is good as well, but yeah, 6/0 all found is fine. They mainly get the back of the treble. That's where they mainly will grab. I reckon 9 times out of 10, that's where all my flathead have got hooked. So I might have caught one on the jighead, but yeah, all on the treble. So but yeah, I just did a recent trip to Foster actually, which will be the next video, and yeah, again, that technique worked a treat up there. So, but yeah, that's sort of the you know, the soft plastic side of things and the rig and how we like to do it. And yeah, it's probably gonna be my confidence bait for now on. If I ever want to go back to something, if I'm, you know, struggling or I need a bit of confidence to get a fish, this is what I will go to. But yeah, you can use any plastics like Z-Man do, obviously the you know, the big Minnow, BaitJunkie do the 6.2. There's a couple of other brands out there like Powerbait and whatnot that do some, but yeah, just, you know, being a good all-round plastic, I find that works a treat. It's sort of that sweet spot between, you know, toughness, you know, the swimmability, the roll. Yeah, it's just that sweet spot that I quite like. Good profile. So And yeah, hopefully I've covered, you know, all your questions. I'm sort of new to it as well, so I don't want the, you know, the pros coming at me with, you know, oh, that's not how you do this, or that's not how you do that. It's just what I've been doing, and it's been working for me. And I like to pass that information on to you guys because, you know, you guys ask me the questions, and I've hopefully got the answer for you. So yeah, that's the Flathead rigs in a nutshell. So hope you enjoyed the video. Something a little bit different. I do have the video from yesterday. It will be in the makes, so that hopefully will be out 2 weeks time from this video. So also don't forget to subscribe if you want to see these videos more often. Hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, give us a like, it really does help. Even a share, just to get my videos out there. So yeah, I really appreciate the watch, guys. See you in the next one.